opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
There you go.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Yes.
You just said yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't. One line. Okay, one day I'm going to get through the whole intro without you interrupting.
I encourage you.
Just one day.
You said it's the Larry Steinhouse. I said
one,
yes.
I said one line.
It's the Larry
one
Steinhouse
line.
Show.
Okay, hold on. No, now I'm gonna make Glenn start the music over. Go ahead, Glenn.
Get out.
It's different music now. I'm so confused. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. Be quiet. We are here broadcasting live from Investor Schooling Headquarters right here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I am Larry Steinhouse. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling, and I'm here to make financial education fun, except for Omri, and accessible to everyone, including you. On this show, we discuss. See, I can't even read now. You see, you threw me off already.
It's okay. Blame me. It's okay. I'm here.
All right. On this show, we discuss several ways of making more money. We concentrate on real estate investing, stock option trading, the stock market, and how to maximize your retirement funds. You could call us anytime during the show at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. And now in Hebrew for a very special listener.
No. I want her to call and do it. Go ahead, do it in Hebrew. You already blew it, but go ahead. I wanted her to call in and say it in Hebrew.
Okay, I can't tell it.
No, now you can do it.
You
Go
need
ahead.
to call.
No.
That's 855-939-1137.
All right. On this show, you could call us at 855-939-1137.
What?
And talk to us about politics, if you want.
Oh.
Or finance, real estate, the stock market, the current election, Omri's voice, or something really special today, which is
Debbie's birthday! Happy! You play the song? You prepare the song or something?
What?
Song.
What?
You don't have the
You
happy birthday
prepare
song
the
for
song?
me?
Did I prepare what song?
The
Happy birthday song!
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't know why.
Just, Glenn, can you look up the happy birthday song?
Right?
You guys don't want to just sing it off the cuff? Just sing it.
Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to
Is this Hamilton?
I got Deb a cake. So here's a cake. So wait, I gotta do me a favor. Take that cake and put it in front
Yeah, I can. I will put it in front of her so the listeners.
Put that in front of her, right?
Of course.
So we got Deb a cake.
Thank you so much.
So we can hold on. Let me see if I can get the camera on the cake here.
Oh my God, you guys are so sweet.
And watch, and everybody can watch you blow the candle.
Don't blow.
Why
is she laughing?
Let me see if I get that, because we got all the people online watching. Is anybody even online watching?
I hope so. Where's Kimmy?
I mean, there's nobody. Kimmy's not here. Nobody's here. Nobody's even going to watch.
Listen,
the candle.
we confused everybody with the 110,
so
110.
All right, I have to think of a.
All right, wait, hold on. You know what we have to really do now?
What's that?
We have to have Glenn have you sing too.
Patty telling me happy birthday. Aw, Dr. Deborah.
Oh, there you go. At least somebody's saying happy birthday.
See that?
All right, so wait. We got to get everybody to sing happy birthday. So you want to get Glenn to sing happy birthday too?
Okay, let's
Glenn,
go.
Let's go, Glenn.
Yeah, sure.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Come on, Glenn. You got the best voice of all of us.
I don't know about that. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Like 9 different keys.
We are terrible here. This is why I don't sing. This is why I only speak. Just so you guys know.
What's going on with
go
you
ahead,
guys?
make a
Come
wish.
on. You ruined it.
What?
It was such great.
Happy birthday to you.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Dr. Deb.
Ooh, he's good.
Happy birthday to you.
Glenn, you are good. Thank you.
Woo!
All right.
Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
We're
All
not
right, very cool.
We are not sweet.
Here, I have a knife here. I have plates.
Oh, look at you.
there
You
is-
come prepared.
Of course I come prepared. What do you think? I'm going to have a cake out there and then not eat it?
I figured you'd just give me a fork and we just like all.
So
dig into it.
I need to make it very clear that last time there was a knife in the studio was when me and Larry were alone in the show.
I don't know how to respond to that.
That
I'm
was
not
the
sure how to
la-
respond to that either. All right. So wait a minute. Today is very simple. We're going to be giving away a book.
Okay.
I'm going to be giving away my book, Money Hacks. Mm-hmm. My book includes all kinds of ways to make money, all kinds of ways to use your IRA. It's actually a 50-foot view of investor schooling. So I'm going to be giving away my book, Money Hacks, to anyone who calls and does what? Come on.
Sings happy birthday
or
for
wishes happy
Deb.
birthday to Deb.
I think
of course.
so. Yes,
You guys are
of
so
course.
Of course, right?
This is why I hang out with you. You see that? This
What's
is
the name of the guy
Yeah.
that every time I see it on Thursday, people come, surprisingly enough, with the book. I don't know why they come with the book, but people are coming
wanna
with
get
the
it
book,
signed.
They
and,
take notes.
they're coming
notes.
exactly,
They take notes
and
for
they're
books,
coming
yes.
to you and they said, "Chapter 5. I want to hear more about Chapter 5."
Yeah.
So
Ooh, look at
It's-
this. This is why you were asking me about that.
That's right. So Dr. Deb just learned a secret to something I asked her before the show. Give it to him first. So Dr. Deb just learned a secret to something I asked before the show.
okay,
So Dr. Deb likes chocolate cake, right? But she likes chocolate cake with chocolate icing. So the problem was the store only had chocolate cake with vanilla icing, or they had chocolate icing with vanilla cake. So I had to make the choice of getting the chocolate cake with the vanilla icing.
are we going to erase this conversation?
Why?
Why? It's not black cake, it's chocolate cake.
Okay.
So this is why we were having that big discussion before we went on air.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Now, Glenn, unfortunately, you're not in the studio with us, so you can't have a piece.
But I'll eat a piece for you and let you know that
Yeah,
it's
so
really the icing
If you
so
go,
far
if you
tastes
go on
delicious.
YouTube or if you go on Facebook, you can see Deb eating your piece of cake.
I'm emailing you a piece right now.
Yeah, all right. Now everybody's
What
chewing.
makes
That means,
Deb happy, that's
so everybody's
okay,
chewing, which means I can't take a bite right now because we happen to be on the radio, and when we're on the radio, we have to keep flapping our lips. You know,
Oh, right. We have listeners. I'm sorry.
we
yes.
do.
Oh.
We do. Kimmy's here, and Patty's here. Patty said happy birthday, and Kimmy said happy birthday. That's so
Oh,
exciting.
thank you guys.
But I want to know if anybody else said happy birthday. Come on now, what's going on? Anybody saying happy birthday? Let's go. Everybody say call in. By the way, call in and wish Deb a happy birthday. And if you wish Deb a happy birthday, what do you get?
You get a
You
Money
get a
Hacks
book,
book. You get
right?
a Money Hacks
The
book.
Money Hack book.
And if you want, I'll even sign it and just say happy birthday, Deb on it.
Ooh.
Well, that's kind of weird.
I know, it'd be funny.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird though.
I think on your next version.
Frank said happy birthday, by the way, and Joe said happy birthday too.
Thank you, thank you.
So everybody's saying happy birthday to you. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's sweet. I like that. You guys are so sweet.
All right. So
Not sweet. It's sweet.
Well, it was funny because so I got up this morning and I was doing some stuff in the kitchen and my husband says to me, he's like, "You guys are having somebody special on the show today?" I'm like, "We are?" He's like, "I don't know, Larry posted something that you guys are having somebody special." And I look on it. I'm like, it doesn't say we're having somebody special on the show. It just says that we're announcing something special. And I'm like, oh, he's going to say it's my birthday, you know? And he's like, oh. But I'm thinking, I didn't know that somebody was coming on today. I had no idea.
nobody's coming on but you.
I know, but
It's your special day.
it's my special day.
So enjoy the special day.
I'm enjoying the special day.
Okay, good.
So-
Now enough of your birthday. Let's get to work.
Exactly. Thank you. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
no.
What are we talking about?
We were having a discussion about my party last night that you were upset I didn't invite you to.
No, I wasn't upset you didn't invite me to the party.
Okay. All right.
I mean, just because you have very liberal Democrat friends,
That's why I didn't invite you.
all they care about is the fact that women could kill their unborn baby. They don't care about anything else in the world.
We're not
don't,
going there, but
Don't
you know-
do that.
you know what?
Don't do the kill unborn baby.
Why?
Because call it the way it is. It's abortion. And I'm not even going to the translation when it's killing a baby and when it's not killing a baby. The fact that this card is being used over and over and over again against any other idea that the Republican Party is offering is insane. It's just insane.
Well, the weird part is
Everybody
that's the only
talk
thing.
only about that.
No, that's the only thing that the Democrats talk about. The
I'm
Republicans talk
saying-
about everything else because the Democrats have nothing to talk about.
So anyway, you know what I thought was interesting? I found out last night.
Debbie's changing the subject already. Look at
Yeah.
that.
So what I found out last night was that one of my friends, she is actually, so she lives out in Doylestown, and she is actually volunteered to be the Democratic Party, whatever, to volunteer for to sign up, or I guess when whatever it is.
She's one of those who go and get people out of their house and take them to vote.
I don't think she's going to go house to house, but I think she's going to be volunteering at the voting site that day.
Okay.
And she's going to get people out to
Right.
vote. You know what I mean? Which I thought is funny because they all know that I'm a Republican. So whenever we get together, politics is pretty much off the table because we just don't discuss it.
Because people can't listen to each other. I think I have a family member that that we can't talk politics.
Right.
Because I can listen to her for an hour, and then when I will say something slightly according to my belief, no, we
you say
shouldn't
the
talk.
truth, actually,
we
the
shouldn't.
truth.
We shouldn't talk. We shouldn't talk. I
Yeah.
just listen to you for an hour. So that's the problem I think we have. I think again the abortion. If we go, can we go? We going into
No, because I'm gonna
conversation.
So
I'm going to turn you
Yeah.
off again.
So for you guys who are listening for the first time, we happen to be a financial show,
Yes, we are.
but we do cross over into politics now and then. And look, here's the deal, right? I was explaining this to somebody else, and I think you'll understand this, Glenn, very well. I've been doing this show. These guys have been doing this show with me for about 2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've been doing this show for 7 years.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, I would come on and I would talk about just finances. I would talk about the stock market. I would talk about houses. And you know what happened after 7 years? I got bored of talking about that stuff.
I know.
So now I just talk about whatever's on my mind, and we still have a really good time. So the reason this show is what it is what it's become, is because I was bored. But you know what I want to talk about real quick before we get into
I think it became good is because we came on the show.
what happened?
It's because me and Omri came on the show.
That it got better.
That it got better, yeah.
Oh, it got much better since you guys were on the show.
Yeah,
No
so
doubt.
first it was me,
No, yeah.
and then you included Omri, and then the three of us have a pretty good
Yeah,
dynamic.
no, it's much better with both of
Yeah,
you
we
guys
have
on
a
the
good-
show.
much
There's no
better
doubt in my mind.
dynamic. Yeah.
But hold on. Two things. First of all, nobody has called to wish you happy birthday yet, which really upsets me. Now listen, Dr. Deb is a key player in the show. She's a wonderful person, and I don't even care if you want the book or not. I'm going to give you the book if you call. But if I can't even bribe you with a book to call and wish Debbie a happy birthday, then turn off the radio and stop listening right now because you don't deserve to listen to it.
What happened to
What's
you?
the
that
phone number,
You
Deb?
don't even call.
I mean, what's the phone number?
How
Omri?
hard is it to call?
What's the phone number?
Call now, 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
Keep going.
Now with my mouth full. That's 855-939-1137.
I think it was sexy with his mouth full.
That's
And
855-939-1137.
people wondered who the mistress was. Now you know.
Right. And call in and wish Dr.
They
Deb
are
a happy
keep
birthday.
interrupting me, so I will keep going.
Keep going.
Here come the calls. Here they come.
All right, here they
That's
come. All right,
855.
good.
People are calling. Just let this guy stop saying numbers. Please stop.
That's funny.
So before we get to the calls, real quick, Omri. So
Yeah.
this week you and I went to
Event.
the Zionist Organization of America
Yes,
dinner,
in Wednesday.
and actually we were there with Dom Giordano and Rich Zioli, and it was a great event.
Great event.
One of the things that we learned in that event was how poorly Jewish people are being treated around the world and in the United States. Now, we kind of knew it, but we didn't know how bad it was.
We were blown away by the fact that some people just dropped there. There was a student actually in Penn State, Noah. You remember his
I
last
can't
name?
remember his last name, yeah.
Noah, I forgot his last name.
We asked him to come. It's funny, we asked him to come on the show.
I know,
But he can't come on the show because it's Saturday.
I know. But the fact is, he was there when the previous president of Penn was standing in front of the Congress and saying that basically what she said is she don't see any problem with pro-Palestinian
Destroying.
pro-Palestinian students interfering with the Jewish well-being in the campus.
Nice.
That's what they basically say under the freedom of speech, which they push way and beyond what the freedom of speech actually is. And it's just amazing. Even the pro-Palestinian protesters, when you come and you ask them the questions about what their belief, it's amazing that they are more into being part of it and protest than actually know the fact.
So I told you, my kid goes to school. She goes to Penn State, and they were doing when a lot of the pro-Palestinian stuff was going on. She'd kind of go to watch, and I just kind of cautioned her to just be careful because she's a Jew, and we're proud to be Jews, and
Okay.
she has her Magen David, and and she was just like, I tried talking to them and they were just, found out I was Jewish and it got like nasty quick. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what, just stay away and just like stay clear of it just for your safety. I don't want you any near any of the rallies that they're having at the school. But it upset me that they're having these rallies at the school because they should know better, because all they're doing is causing, like, they just want to hurt you just because you're a Jew. So what is that all
Jews want peace, and the Palestinians want pieces of Jews scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
You have a president right now that is pushing under those circumstances to the solution of two countries, that the Palestinian side right now is being controlled, if they chose it or not, but controlled by terror.
Of course.
Will you give a terror organization a country?
Yeah.
I have the answer for that. Look north. Look at Lebanon and Hezbollah. Right?
Yeah.
Look what's going there. You have a country with a prime minister who can do anything without asking the
terrorist organization.
The terror organization.
That's like our government asking the mafia if they're allowed to do anything.
It's insane.
And it was years ago. It's not anymore. But
It's
yeah, it's
insane.
exactly right.
It's
But
insane.
the mafia now is a Democrat party, so it's the same thing. But I wanted to also say, I wanted to thank Lois.
Yes.
I'm not going to say her last name, but she knows who she is. She's a listener. She's an avid listener. She invited us. She actually paid for our tickets, which was awesome.
Yes.
And I wanted to thank her very much. I'm hoping she's listening, but I'm hoping she's going to call in, because she called in. She didn't call in, but we when we were at the table.
Yes.
So she and Omri are having a conversation in Hebrew, and then then we sit down, and all of a sudden Lois just says something in Hebrew, and I have no idea what it is. Omri starts cracking up, and what it turned out to be that Lois said, "Go ahead, do it."
She just said the phone number
Well,
in
do it. You
Hebrew.
might as well do it.
855-939-1137.
Yeah, there you go.
And
I had no idea what that was, and all of a sudden Omri's cracking up, and he hits me, and he goes, "She just said the number in Hebrew," and I thought that was hysterical.
We looked for her, and he found her, and we came, and she came to me and said, "You're Omri," and I said, "Yes," and then she started to say 855-939, and I'm like, it filled my heart. It really, really, I can't even express how much it filled my heart.
So, Lois, if you're listening, please call. We'd love to hear you.
Yes, please.
We'd love to hear you say the phone number. That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. And she's just a smiley, happy person. And then we sat at a whole table of fans of ours, too, which was kind of neat.
It was
The whole
so
table,
fun.
they were like, wow, you sound just like you do on the radio. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't.
It's us.
I don't change my voice. I know, I even look the same as I do on camera. Maybe I look better on camera according to Dr. Deb.
Yeah, look good on camera.
And Omri was, I got to tell you something, Omri looked really good. He was wearing the perfect jacket with the perfect thing. He looked like he was, a movie star.
Oh, yeah?
I was wearing,
any pictures?
I was wearing my fancy tuxedo.
I think we have pictures, no?
I don't know.
I saw him before he left, but I didn't see you
I
at
will
all.
check if I have pictures.
Yeah,
It was.
and all the girls are hitting on him. Every time I talk to him, he's talking to another pretty woman.
I'm telling you, it's the accent. Women go for accents.
No,
The
most
accent?
of the women know the accent because they're all from Israel.
Wow, well, there you go.
So, they're all
Yeah.
talking to him in Hebrew. I have no idea what he's saying. I'm thinking about recording it and playing it for his wife just in case.
If we go back to the subject, first of all, yes, it was a great event and we had a blast. And
Definitely.
the knowledge that was dropped there, I didn't know it's that bad. I didn't know how
it was
much
pretty bad.
money our current president actually released for Iran during his time.
Oh, wait. Lois is on the phone. Let's get Lois first.
Oh my God!
Lois, let's get Lois first. Hey, Lois, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. First of all, I want to personally thank you. We had such a great time the other night. Your phone's not that great, but go ahead. Omri wants to say something.
I wanted to say Shmona Hamesh Hamesh. Tesha Shalosh Tesha. Ahad Shalosh Tesha. No Shalosh
Sheva.
Sheva.
Listen, Luis, you are something else. Really, and we are, I'm pretty sure I'm saying in behalf of Larry too, we are so, we are,
So grateful.
I tried to look for something more than that for meeting you, because it was amazing. Yeah, I'm without words. It was such great to meet you and to see who you are.
Well, I think every Jew should belong to the Zionist Organization of America, and Zionism is part of Judaism.
So, how do you feel about? I'm going to ask you because we are way off topic, but that's okay. I was just having a good time. How do you feel about? And it's driving me crazy. But how do you feel about these middle-aged Jewish women who are voting for Harris?
I think they're disgraceful.
Yeah, I agree.
And they really don't know Jewish history. They
Yep.
don't know the problems caused by the Democrats, especially since Obama came into office.
It's true.
And they don't know Jewish history. They forget what happened in the past. It's very important. I've been a Zionist for 66 years.
Wow.
My first trip to Israel. It made such a strong impression upon me.
Yeah.
So I have not
And
been.
it's very important.
Yeah, I have not been to Israel yet. Omri keeps promising to take me.
You haven't been?
No, I have not.
I did not know that.
I know. My whole family's
We
been
will
there, but I
go.
have not.
So I
We
think
will
the three.
go.
I think the three of us would
Yeah.
go. It'd be
We
fun.
will. We will.
That'd be
It's
fun.
just
Did we lose you?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
she's there, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Because of the sound.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, yeah. So I have to go to Israel. Army will take me one day. I'm not so sure I want to go in the next 6 months
Yeah,
just
maybe
because
in a
of
few
what's going
years,
on
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to go. It's it's my homeland. It's where it's so much history, and it'll be something great to see. What message do you want to give to the listeners while we got you on the phone?
And to the Jewish people, please, Louis.
Lois, what message do you want to give to the
What?
Jewish people?
Well, message that you have to remember who you are. It's very important for Jews to remember they have an obligation to one another.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
remember the past and how evil the world can be, especially in the treatment of Jews.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's happening now. I don't know if you're aware, these men who were recently killed in Lebanon, one of the Marines who was a victim of the 241 Marines in the barracks, one was Philadelphia. I don't hear anybody discuss the fact that a Philadelphia Marine was one of the victims of Arab terrorism.
Yeah, it's sad.
You see, again, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a Philadelphia Marine, that there was a victim there.
Yes, he's from Northeast Philadelphia, yes.
I didn't know.
That's because mainstream media doesn't tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
They
That's right. Yes.
For whatever reason, they want the Democrats in power. I can never understand it. They want the Democrats in power, and they do everything they can to keep them in power. And
Right.
it's a major problem. Why, so I'm going to ask you, because of who you are, why do you think Trump is the better candidate for the Jews?
Well, I think Trump is a better candidate because he's a real American. And I think it's in America's interest to be supportive of Israel. He has shown in the 4 years that he served as president his support for Israel. After all, he moved the embassy to Jerusalem, even though many prior presidents had made promises in their campaign speeches.
Correct.
He kept his word. It's
Yeah,
very
he did.
important to have a man who keeps his word.
So he says this, and I happen to agree with him. I'm curious to see if you agree. If he was president now, do you think that October 7th would have happened?
No.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Listen, October 7th,
And I
let's...
wanted to tell you something else that is not discussed. When Biden came into office, he canceled the East Med pipeline, which was planned by Trump and others to build a pipeline from Israel, which has natural gas, to Greece and Cyprus. There would have been no need for any European country to get fuel from Russia if that pipeline had been constructed.
Amazing.
No
I
one
didn't
talks
even know.
about it.
I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
You know, I want to express something about what happened in October 7th, and as you know, I have casualties in my family
Yes.
too. October 7th happened by a terror organization called Hamas. Hamas has no resources to itself beside money that get snuggled in by Iran and also money that they get from Qatar. How much money the Biden administration released, I'm saying released because this is money that they have abroad and Trump blocked, so they won't have access to it. How much money they actually released to the Iranian government during this administration? Do you know? $6 billion.
How much was it? 6 billion?
6 billion. I think I heard this is at one.
How about 16 billion?
I heard there were another one.
16 billion.
I heard there was another one, but I couldn't confirm that. So I want to say only thing I can commit to. The 6 billion is for sure. How much of those 6 billion that was released to Iran went into supporting Hamas
How much of it?
and Hezbollah? How much?
If they gave him 16 billion, 15 billion went to it.
You know what? It's a question mark that will stay like that for good.
Right.
But they keep supporting Hezbollah. They
Right.
keep supporting
And
Hamas.
Iran's going to build a nuclear bomb soon.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, and cackling Kamalama Ding Dong is not going to know what to do.
What happened to the Democrat Party since Mr. Bill Clinton? How it became that we are negotiating with terrorists? Can you explain that to me?
I know, but don't hit the table.
We are negotiating with Hezbollah, a terror organization,
Yeah.
right? This is not the Prime Minister of Lebanon. We're negotiating with terror organization, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to negotiate with Iran.
Yeah.
We're trying to negotiate with Hamas. What's going on? The United
I
States
agree.
of America right now, under this administration for some unknown reason, is acting like a proper gun dealer. We are selling you, but be aware we are also selling to your enemy.
That's right.
That's so sad.
It is. All right, let's do this. Lois, we thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so awesome.
You're
By the way, a
amazing.
couple of people online are actually saying how awesome you are too. I know you can't. We have this. We have the feed here, so people online are just saying how awesome you are too.
Luis, I will
And
break.
you are incredible. You are incredible,
Yes.
and you could call anytime. And anytime you want to talk to us, feel free to do so. We have a whole bunch. By the way, do you want to wish Dr. Deb a happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
And
Yeah,
Luis,
thanks
I
so much,
will
Lois.
I
I
will
appreciate
break a
that.
rule, and I will ask you. Can you please tell us how old are you?
I'm 91.
Oh, wow.
91.
Wow.
Amazing, and we wish you so many more years.
Yes. All
Thank
right.
you. I have a very good memory.
It sounds great. Awesome. All right.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Lois.
Luis.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go to some of the people who wish you a happy birthday, Deb.
All right.
Let's start with, looks like Joe in Doylestown. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Larry, how's it going?
What's going on? We know who this is.
I know who
Happy
this is.
birthday, Dad.
Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
And Joe, you already have a book, so we can't even give you one.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
No,
man. Joe's
I
also a
will,
student.
Definitely see you guys soon.
All right.
So Joe's also a student. Real quick, since we spent a whole half an hour on politics, which is okay with me at this point, why don't you tell somebody how great the school is, Joe?
The school is awesome. I've learned so much from Larry, Deb, Omri, everybody at the school. Lots of resources there for everything with stock option trading and real estate investing.
Awesome, man. You are the
Definitely
best.
check out the school.
Cool, man. Maybe
No,
maybe
not a
we'll see you
problem,
Monday.
Larry. So are you.
Maybe we'll see you Monday.
Maybe.
Cool.
Maybe you will.
I'm looking forward to it,
All
man.
right.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. I
So we
appreciate
got to
it.
hope. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go through all the people online. They're calling because I did want to go to a commercial break, but I want to wait
Yeah.
because I don't want all these people are waiting.
I don't want them to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want them to go. So let's go to Patty.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Patty.
Patty.
Thank Dr. Deb. We love you.
Thank you so much, Patty. You're such a
I would-
sweetie.
I would sing for you, but I caught a cold, so.
Oh, is that your
Just
excuse?
enjoy-
I
just
don't.
enjoy
I
your
don't hear.
birthday.
You don't sound stuffy to me at
Yeah.
all.
Thank
But
you.
if that's
No,
the
it's the
excuse you
truth.
want to use to
I-
not sing, that's okay.
No, it's my throat is killing me. But I just want to say happy birthday and tell you enjoy your day.
Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
sweetie. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Patty.
it.
No-
Thank
another
you.
another excellent student, right? What
Uh-huh.
do you think of investor schooling, Patty? Did we lose her?
I hope not.
Patty, you still there?
They hung up. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, no worries. All right, let's go to Bill in New Jersey. What's up, Bill?
Well, I am having a good day. How about you guys?
Oh, having an awesome day, Bill. So, did you call to wish Dr. Deb a happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Deb.
Thank
And
you
I
so
have
much.
I can sing, but it would be a B flat baritone monotone.
It's a radio. It's
Happy
acceptable.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Happy birthday, dear Deb. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
And many more.
So, Bill, you're not a current student, right?
No, I'm not.
Well, when are you
And
going
I
to get your
would
butt
lo-
into investor schooling? Come on.
If you had one of your classes over in Deptford, I would come, but I can't get across the bridge.
Well, you can watch us on Zoom, by the way. So if anybody wants to go to Investor Schooling, they can catch us on Zoom. Just go to investorschooling.com/Zoom, and you can do that, or you can just go to investorschooling.com and click the button at the bottom and get there. So Bill, is there any before I'm going to send you a book, of course. Glenn's going to take your information, but any questions that you have for us?
Yeah. How come you haven't had a session in New Jersey?
Have we had a session in Jersey?
If you had a session in near Deptford, I'd come.
So probably the biggest reason I wouldn't go to New Jersey is because it's a communist state.
We were doing something. Remember, we were getting ready to do something in Princeton a while back.
I promise you that.
Yeah, I know, but your governor's a communist. And I was at the supermarket today.
Well be.
I was at the supermarket today.
Wait,
I was at the supermarket today, and I got Deb's cake. So if you heard at the beginning, we wish Debbie a happy birthday. I got her cake, and I looked at the supermarket. I looked over at because I carried the cake out because I didn't want to put it in a bag. But I looked over, and they had all these plastic bags, waiting for people to put their groceries in.
Yeah.
And all I can think about is, ha ha, New Jersey, you can't even put stuff in a plastic bag because your governor's such an idiot.
We're next.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
We're next.
No, we're not.
They say yes.
Oh, please don't do that.
I hope so.
Please don't. I'm literally gonna stand out in front of supermarkets with bags to say my governor's an idiot. Absolutely.
So listen, okay, let's finish
So
with
wait,
the
so Bill,
conversation.
I'm gonna tell you who I want you to vote for governor in New Jersey. You ready? My good friend, Bill Spadia.
It isn't.
What?
It's the campaign for governor is not this.
No, I know, but the primary's coming up next. The primary's coming up in a few months. But the primary's coming up in a few months, and I want you to vote for Bill Spadia, my good friend Bill Spadia.
Is he a Republican?
He is.
Is he what?
A Republican.
Of course, he's a Republican. He's going to run against. He's going to run against that Ciccatelli guy who is so weak. It's unbelievable. But Bill Spadia will take care of it for you. Bill Spadia will let you use plastic bags again. Bill Spadia will lower your taxes, and Bill Spadia will make New Jersey great again. So vote for Bill Spadia if you're in New Jersey.
Well, I am in New Jersey. I'm a newcomer in New Jersey, and I'm glad to know that. I didn't realize. I'd never heard of this guy Spadia before, but I'll watch for him.
He's a great guy, great individual. Mm-hmm. I've helped him out with his campaign. And I've known him for a few years now, and I don't know what else.
He's a nice guy, actually. I met him also. He was a really nice guy. Just very, very personable, really easy to talk to.
Exactly.
Really nice guy.
Where does he live in New Jersey? Where does he live?
He lives in Princeton.
Well, that's kind of in the middle. So
yeah, exactly.
We're south of that.
So I would look him up. Bill Spadia, Spedea. He's also a talk show host on 101.5. Also great guy. So anyway, let me do this. So hold on, Bill. We're going to have Glenn take your phone number, take your information to send you a book, and then we're going to go over to Jeff. And let's go. What's going on, Jeff?
אני מדבר קצת עברית.
ברוך הבא.
יום הולדת שמח.
Oh, he's wishing me a happy birthday in Hebrew.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Awesome. If there's any Democrats listening to this show, their heads are exploding right now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my goodness, they're speaking Hebrew. How dare they? Don't they know that this is America where we speak English? But if we spoke Spanish, it would have been okay.
Whatever.
Right?
If you want, we'll switch to Spanish. I can do Spanish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
So Jeff, tell us about yourself. You said Delaware, right? And are you a listener to the show?
I do periodically. I always try to tell the truth. My Lord and Bible have taught me the truth will set us free. So I cannot say I listen every single time you're on. I don't mean that with disrespect.
That's right. I'm not on every time we're on either.
What?
I said I'm not on every time we're on either, so I get it.
Modesty is great.
All right, that's great, man. Is there any questions you have for us before we take your information for the book?
No, best day ever, though.
Awesome.
To hear Hebrew in
Lo
America.
sefer. No, lo toda sefer. I don't want the book. I'm
Why?
just calling because I wanted to lend goodwill to Dr. Deb.
Oh, thank
who
you.
has, I think all of you have, opinions, and we're all different on some things, but there is a conviviality on your show that carries the show to a higher spiritual level.
Jeff, I know you are an hour away from us, but can you please come and visit us?
I cannot. I'm a bedbound paraplegic.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. Understood. Well, we appreciate you calling
nothing
a lot.
against you, but I have been enjoying the show, and I know that Deb would get a smile when I said Yom Huledet Sameach.
I absolutely did. Thank you so much.
גם אני,
Absolutely.
גם אני. תודה רבה לך.
Good. Okay.
Very cool.
Shalom. Toda.
Bye-bye.
Shalom.
Right.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you.
All right. I'll tell you what, Glenn, why don't you take us out to commercial while we all gloat over how great our show is?
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. You know when the best time to buy investment properties is? It's now. It's always now. You just need to learn how to buy them correctly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night and learn how to buy investment properties and make money every time. That's right. That's what we teach. We teach how to buy investment properties and make money every time.
It's your
Go to
birthday.
investorschooling.com and
You
RSVP
should
right now.
take
Take a class
cake
this Thursday night
like
at
that
7
and
o'clock.
eat like that.
That's investorschooling.com.
So I have to. You were here.
This is Larry Steinhouse with
We got
Investor
cut off.
Schooling.
Let me
Are you
turn this
ready
on.
for
It's so
retirement?
loud.
Have you prepared everything you need? Well, in Investor
No, I
Schooling,
got
we will
the-
teach you
remember I was
ways
telling
to
you
better
about the
prepare for your
2 chocolate
retirement using
cupcakes?
real estate
Yeah.
and the stock market. But you
So I
need
have 2
to
of them
learn
left
how
at
to
home,
do it
so I'm
right.
gonna-
And
I'm
that's
sure
what
one
we
of them
teach.
is gonna
At
be
Investor
gone by the
Schooling,
time I
we
go
sell
back to
nothing
work.
but education. Come to Investor Schooling and learn how to have a
Go
better
fast,
retirement.
silly.
Go to
I'm gonna get a big old
investorschooling.com and RSVP right
I'm so
now for
excited.
this Thursday's
I'm
class
so
at 7
excited.
o'clock.
Yeah, man.
Go to
I love my
investorschooling.com.
steak. I'm very
That's
excited.
investorschooling.com.
What are we
Make sure you put down December 18th.
I did.
This is
What are
Larry
we
Steinhouse with
celebrating?
Investor Schooling.
Christmas?
Are you
Yeah, it's
tired of
Christmas.
hearing
Yeah,
about the
holiday.
recession that's
Yeah,
coming?
so it'll be
Are
us
you
wives,
prepared for it? Well, listen,
I
at
also
Investor
invited Bill Steiner and
Schooling.com,
his
we're
wife.
going to teach you
Okay.
ways to prepare
So
for the
we just have
recession
to-
that you didn't even know
Where is it?
existed. We're going to teach you
Capital
strategies
Hill.
on how to use
Capital
real
Hill.
estate. We're going to teach you
Yeah,
strategies
of
how to
course,
use the
yeah.
stock
Where is it
market
here?
properly.
In
That's
Utah?
right. You can
Yeah,
even
Utah.
make money in
Yeah.
the stock market when the stock market
Near the
goes
Wells Fargo
down.
Bank.
Hey, go to investorschooling.com and register for a free class this Thursday night, and you will learn all of these techniques. Go to investorschooling.com right now. RSVP for this Thursday. We'll see
Okay,
you
okay,
there.
Larry.
Yeah.
This
Coming
is Larry
back in
Steinhouse
30
with Investor
seconds,
Schooling.
and
Don't go
you've got a
through
caller
life
on the line,
ignorant about how to
Hillary
become a
in
millionaire.
Vermont,
Learn
and
how
it
to
is a
invest in
man.
real estate,
I
the
just
stock
asked him.
market,
He said
precious
that's his
metals,
name.
and learn from an
Hillary in
expert.
Vermont.
At Investor
Okay,
Schooling, we
okay.
teach
I don't
these
think it's a
things and
goof,
more.
but we'll
We
see.
only provide
Yeah.
education, and we will teach you how to leverage real estate, how to leverage the stock market,
His
and how to
name?
leverage precious metals to make more money than you've ever
Okay,
made
you
before.
know his name?
Go to investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. We will see you there. Investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I am Larry Steinhouse, and I am here with my good Jewish friends, Dr. Deb Anderson and Omri Morad.
Yes.
He's the immigrant from Israel. And we are here every Saturday from 1 to 3.
Or 10 to
Or
11.
10, depending on whether there's a pen game. Yeah, exactly right. But we're here, and we look, we're a financial show. You can ask us any questions about finances. But obviously today we're talking a lot about Israel and Israel politics.
Yes.
Just because, you know what?
And American
We
politics.
own these 2 hours, and we can do anything we want with them.
And
we
we're
just
celebrating my birthday.
We just can't
that
say
we
things
keep
like, or, you know what I mean? So we will talk about anything we want to talk about. I mean, you know.
And we're celebrating my birthday
And
today.
we're most importantly,
which
we're
is
celebrating Debbie's birthday.
Most importantly, that's right.
Right.
Just,
So that's the way it is today, right?
It is. And if you want to ask any question regarding real estate, stocks, or anything regarding money, you can call us at any time at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Just be aware you have to say happy birthday before we answer your question.
You have to say happy birthday to Deb. But if you say happy birthday to Deb, you will get a free book. But actually, we have somebody online from, where was it from?
I don't
Vermont, I think.
Vermont.
yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, Larry.
What's up?
Oh, happy birthday, Deb.
Thank you so much.
So for some reason I don't have your name on the board. So what's your name?
Hillary.
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 I'm a guy named Hillary.
You're a guy named Hillary. Oh,
And,
now I
I'm
got it.
calling-
Okay. So you're a guy named Hillary.
I'm calling from the.
So I have one question for you.
Republic of Vermont.
I have two.
I have one question for you. Were your parents this mean always?
My dad's best friend was a British filmmaker named Hilary Harris.
Oh,
who
cool.
named me after him.
Oh wow,
Cool.
that's
You know,
cool.
you know, I was just busting your chops, right? But I thought that was actually a cool,
No,
cool
I know.
explanation.
Yeah, and there is a meaning, and it's great. We are living in tough times. That when a person, when a guy has the name Hillary, we always think if he was born as a guy or he was born.
So you missed the joke.
I get it.
The joke I was going to make is if he became a woman, his name would be Bill.
No, I didn't get. Oh, okay, I did miss
All
that.
right, Hillary. Now that we've rightfully taken up 30 seconds of busting your chops
No, we
about your
didn't.
name, I know you called for something more important. What's up?
I did. I wanted to make a suggestion for your listeners, if I may, and it's
Sure.
something I'm thinking of doing. And because I'm calling from the Socialist Republic of Vermont, and my vote is worth nothing up here. So
That's a shame.
people from the deep blue states across the country should get in their car, go to Pennsylvania, sign up for investor schooling, let the genius Larry show them quickly how to buy a property, register to vote, and secure the state of Pennsylvania for this election because it's crucial.
Yeah, we need Pennsylvania to turn red. Absolutely, it's terrible what's going on. What happened in the last election was unbelievable. It's wow. I mean, it's terrible. It really is. It's terrible.
You know, it was interesting because I went for a walk actually in my neighborhood around today, and so
The
I
signs.
have the Trump signs in my
I know,
in my
this-
and
okay.
I actually had somebody who, so she's a big I don't know, she just is very big into politics, and she always tries to get me to join up on stuff, and she's a Republican. She's very nice, but she's very nice. Anyway, I'll just move on. And then and she called me up the other day, and she's like, "Thank you so much for putting Trump signs in your lawn." I'm like, well, I didn't do it for you. I do it because I believe in
For
Trump.
me, yeah.
She's like, "Oh, well, thank you. A lot of people in this neighborhood don't want to put any signs up." And I'm like, whatever, whatever. So anyway, so I'm going around for a walk today before I came in, and I saw one Kamala Harris sign, and then it had a Israeli flag next to it, which I thought was very interesting.
Israeli flag.
An Israeli flag, yeah, which I thought was very interesting. And then I saw a handful of Trump signs as I was walking around. So I was
I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing almost no.
I know.
No Kamala
Me
Trump
too.
signs.
I've seen
Me
a handful
too.
of Harris
So
signs,
that's
but
my
mostly-
question to you, because we know that as you go into the states of Pennsylvania, there are no Democrats. It's all Republicans.
It's only Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
That's it.
It's Philadelphia. So Philadelphia and Pittsburgh won the election for the Democrats in Pennsylvania last time. It's all red except for Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, and Pittsburgh. So what? How could that even be real? I mean, how could it be allowed? The whole state wants to do better, and they destroyed it. Although Bucks County went blue, which is where we are. Bucks County went blue the last election, which was terrible.
I think that we need to remember it was the time of the scandemic, and I think people were misled. Not misled. We didn't know. The government didn't know. We got advice that based on what they wanted to believe.
You mean the all-powerful and almighty Dr. Fauci?
I don't know.
I have a book with his, like I use
There's
it.
a whole bunch of books on him right now.
No, I mean, like, even before all this happened, I'm a medical writer, so I have some books that I always use, and he's an author on one of them.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
So I don't know.
Was he a doomsayer in that one too?
No, it's all medical
Wasn't
stuff.
he also like the doomsayer in AIDS too?
I don't know.
I thought he was involved in AIDS too.
I don't
Like
know.
he told the whole world that everybody's going to die because of AIDS.
Oh.
Way back when. But okay, that's just from a long time ago.
Yeah, let's go back.
Trying to reach into the brain about stuff like that. Anyway, Hillary, anything you have to say to our listeners besides vote for who?
Vote for Donald.
Absolutely. My friend Donald Trump. Definitely. You got to do that, man. All right.
It's more than that.
Hang out.
Vote red.
Vote red, exactly.
Vote red.
Yeah.
I know some people, and I have to say that sometimes I have this problem, are being intimidated by Trump and his personality. He represents many things that we believe, and sometimes people hear him and they don't. I know they're afraid of the way he presents the stuff, but that's who he is. This is his personality.
I think Trump would be intimidated by my personality.
I think everybody would be intimidated by your
You're
personality.
just a different Larry. You are a personality that takes little practice to deal with.
Hey, Glenn, any chance you have that audio a long time ago that I played when I had the conversation with Trump? You know how I asked him. You remember?
Yeah. You make people rich. It was a good one.
I would have to dig through the archives.
Okay, then that's fine.
I think I did see it, but
that's fine. I mean, I could play it, but mine's not beeped out. Yours is.
Yeah, let me take a look.
All right, if you find it, that's great. All right, Hillary, we appreciate you. Glenn's going to take your information, and we got a couple of we got a couple other people also wishing you a happy birthday and saying hi. We got Carrie wishing you a happy birthday. We got Damien saying vote for Romney. I think he's about what's that?
8 years.
12 years.
Who is he?
12 years. He's 12 years behind.
12 years behind.
Yeah, 12 years behind. You know, and of course you got Tess saying happy birthday as well.
Oh, Tess, thank you.
So Mark say my dog will not appreciate this, but vote for Trump. Explain.
So, everybody's. It drives me nuts that Trump did this in the debate, talking about the immigrants eating the dogs and cats. You know, it was so unnecessary to bring up. So now there's jokes about this forever. Like everywhere, every time I go on Facebook, there's somebody else got another meme. Somebody else watching something, with a dog or a cat, and they take their cats and they put them on bread. It's like it's so bizarre what this has turned into. So that's basically what Mark's saying. Mark's saying his dog won't appreciate it. But he's actually got it backwards, because if Trump's right, your dog wants you to vote for Trump, Mark. If Trump's wrong, then your dog doesn't care. So you kind of got it backwards. Just so you know.
I want to say something about what you saw in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
The Kamala Harris sign. So we don't know how will Kamala treat Israel. We believe she will support Israel the same way we saw before.
No, she won't.
Wait.
Not only will she not support it, she won't even know how to support Israel.
Guys, Biden supports Israel.
Biden barely supports Israel.
Listen, the problem with him is that even though he supports Israel, you can say behind the back, he's also telling Israel what to do in order to get this support.
Right.
According to his belief.
You have every right to defend yourself. Now stop it. That's Biden.
It's something a bit insane there. I know. He's trying to work out with people, with governments that you can't work with. That's right. Let's talk about Iran, for example. How can it be that the same government that took over your embassy, took all your workers in the embassy, all the diplomats, as hostages, right? It's the same government. Don't be mistaken. It's the same government. Now we try to do deal with them. We try to believe in them. What are we doing here? What's going on?
I just don't even understand. I don't understand how the whole thing hasn't ended yet, and how Hamas hasn't said, please stop bombing us. Here's your hostages back.
You don't understand bear with me, but the Muslim idea that Hamas is trying to lay down, okay? That maybe it's not a general Muslim belief, but it is what they are trying to put down, okay? They don't care about the life.
Yeah, I know.
They don't care.
Right.
The only thing they care about is the land.
So why would they not just kill the hostages from day one?
They want a card, because this card will release their murderers from prison, and those murderers from prison will kill more Jews and Israelis.
And I'm going to tell you that
and then they will be able to...
If I was given the opportunity to be Netanyahu for the day, I would say, you know what? Tell me where they are. I'm going to kill them myself. So now you have no cards.
So I think 15 years ago, the Israeli government released one soldier.
And by the way, I just want to say, because that sounded a lot more mean than it was meant to be. What I'm saying is we're not going to negotiate with hostages.
No.
It's as simple as that. We're going to bomb you no matter where they are. If they're hiding, if they're inside families' houses, those families' houses are going to be destroyed. And if the hostages become collateral damage, it's sad, but at least you no longer have the cards.
You understand that if it would have been my kids, I would behave the same way, and I would march on the street and said, they have to be released now. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what I would do.
I understand.
But I tell you something. 15 years ago, we released one soldier. I'm sorry. The Hamas released one of our soldiers, one soldier, for over 1,000 murderers.
Yeah.
One of those murderers that got released is Yehia Sinwar, the head of Hamas.
That's wonderful.
He's one of them.
Yeah,
how many people he killed since then,
Yeah.
since he got released from the Israeli prison?
So you know what? We actually have a caller on the line that's going to talk about finances. Do you believe it?
Ooh, yeah. Let's go to
so
finance.
We're going to probably spend at the end of the show. We're actually going to finally talk about finances. But just so you guys know, if you're listening, investorschooling.com, and we will come and you'll learn something. We don't talk about we don't talk about politics at all. No, we talk about politics.
Not in class.
Very, very, very little in class.
Yeah.
But we talk about finances. But real quick, let's talk about Matt in Bridgeport. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, question. I'm having trouble with credit card debt. I mean, the interest rates are almost 30%.
Hey, they went down a half a point. Aren't you happy that your interest rate went from 30 to 29.5? Oh my goodness, Biden is my hero. He took your interest rate down from 30 to 29.5. He's a brilliant guy.
Right. Yeah, like that's going to move the needle.
Yeah, exactly.
But what it comes down to, I'm just barely covering them every month. I don't want to bring my credit down, but like I see these debt relief programs. There's like National Debt Relief, Trinity. Yeah. I'm wondering what the scoop is with them. I mean, is that basically the same thing as a debt settlement, kind of, or
it is and it's not. So here's where people have to get out of their head that their credit score is their their self-worth. Your credit score is not your self-worth, okay? So if you got into credit card debt, you got into credit card debt. I mean, do you need to change your habits in the future? Absolutely. But if you're in credit card debt now, you need to make decisions. One of those decisions could be, and I'd have to know a whole bunch of other things first, could be bankruptcy. One of those other decisions could be that you call them up and say, listen, I owe you $10,000. I'll give you $2,500. And if you don't want it, fine, I'm going to declare bankruptcy. So it really depends on where you want to go. Now, I teach this all the time. You only need your credit score 2 times in your life. One is if you're buying a house and you're using a bank to buy the house,
or renting,
and the other is if you're buying a car and you need the car and you need your credit score to get a loan with a bank. So I bought a house, I don't know, almost 20 years ago, I guess, with a 420 credit score. Walking out of bankruptcy, I bought a house with a 420 credit score, with absolutely no banks, and I was able to do it. And this is how I learned. This is how investor schooling came about, was because I was able to learn how to do this with no credit and no money, and I was able to do it. Now I start teaching everybody how to do this. So stop thinking, everybody listening, stop thinking, of course, that your credit score is your self-worth. It's not your self-worth. I don't care what my credit score is. If my credit score is 600, I don't care. If my credit score is 850, I don't care. In fact, the interesting thing is a lot of people, they brag that their credit score is 830, 840. And there's no difference between a 740 credit score and an 850 credit score. It's the same exact thing. Right. So now that you have that in your head, you have to sit down and decide. I will tell you how you need to decide this. The first thing you need to do is write down a list of all your bills, your monthly bills, including credit card bills, and then write down a list of all the money you're bringing in. If the money you're bringing in is not enough to pay all those bills, my suggestion is bankruptcy or negotiating with the credit cards. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I'm about even. Actually, I'm getting a little ahead just because I'm making a little bit more money lately.
Okay, good.
I'm just wondering, but what about those debt relief programs? That's the same thing as just calling them up and saying, hey, I'll give you 25 cents on the dollar, or...
So usually the debt relief programs, what happens is somebody joins a debt relief program, and then within a year or two, they end up making the other 2 choices anyway. The other 1 or 2 choices anyway. So it's really just a matter of how you would do it. Now, are you paying the minimum payment on your credit card, or are you paying more than the minimum payment on your credit cards?
I try to pay like a few percent over. You know what I mean? If it's a $200 minimum payment, I try to pay $225.
Okay.
But that's not making enough of a difference.
You're right. It's not. So again, it's
if I was throwing $500-$600, that'd be different. But it's not. Yeah.
So you have anything that's close to zero balance?
Yeah, I do.
So what I would do is, if let's say you had 5 credit cards, you were paying $25 to each one of those credit cards extra, like you just said. Take that take that. Take that. Did I say 5? Take that $125 and put it towards just the one credit card that's close to a zero balance. Right. So now you're paying instead of paying $25 extra to everything, pay the $125 to this one, and get it to zero as soon as you can. Then you take that $125 and whatever you were paying on top of that, and you move it to the next one that's closer to zero, and you do that as well.
Right.
They call it the waterfall method. There's 2 ways to do waterfall. One is you pay the lowest interest, or the highest interest rate ones first, and the other one is to pay the ones close to zero first. I like paying the ones close to zero first because it makes you feel like you're accomplishing something.
So can I suggest something?
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Omri.
And you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because we see a lot of companies right now that still offering the 12 months free interest.
0% interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's in a situation where he's not looking at that anymore. Right now, he's looking at.
I get it.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble.
I'm maxed out on 6 cards.
So he won't be able to get another card and transfer the balance to the zero.
Probably not.
Okay.
Not more than 500 or probably a $500,000 limit. I got like $22,000 credit card debt. So
yeah, you need more credit cards.
Okay.
Seriously, you need more credit cards.
Yeah,
which is a weird thing to say, but believe it or not, you need more credit cards. That's part of your problem. But look, so I would do that. I would use the waterfall method. Start to pay it down, and you'll be able to do it.
Real quick with you see Trump said if he got be president that he would cap out the rates at 10% that credit cards can charge. Did you see that?
I did not see that. I don't know how he could possibly do it.
It came out this week, about 4 or 5 days ago. I think he said it in one of the speeches he made. He was talking about capping the rates at 10%, which I don't know if he'll be able to pull off anyway.
He
but
can do it.
Sounds good.
It needs to be according to the interest.
No, it's not. I know. I mean,
if the interest will be,
he's saying they cap out maximum they can make. All right, we're running out of time right now.
Yes.
Hey, we totally appreciate you, man. Try the waterfall method. Try to do that. Give us a call in a couple of months. Let us know how you're doing with that. All right.
You got it.
Awesome, man. All right, we're going to end the beginning of the show, I guess, or the end of the show. I don't know what it is. The first half of the show.
The middle.
Stop. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Of course, we have to wish Debbie happy birthday one more time. Happy birthday, Deb.
Happy birthday.
And if you want to go to a free class, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. I want to thank the sweet Glenn Page for doing a great job producing this show. And, of course, I want to thank all the listeners and callers and everybody who wished Deb a happy birthday. Thank you so much. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. See you Thursday.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
Giving blood is easy. It only takes about an hour, and a single
donation can help. We're not done yet. We got a whole other hour to go.
Donate now. Call
cool
1-800-RED-CROSS or redcrossblood.org.
WPHT, WPHT, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
I
have a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. I still had symptoms on my beta blocker, so I asked my cardiologist about any treatment advances. It was a breakthrough for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit HCMRealTalk.com for more information.
I am the icing on the cake, so that's why I like icing.
Following is a paid commercial message. Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
By the way, that last guy didn't hold on long enough to try and grab it.
Do you have a fork still or no?
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek
this right after we had that
eliminating the
discussion.
Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control will pay the price.
Second of all, under 2025 is not what people think it is.
Candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for president.
There's breaking news all
she
day
approved the
long
message.
from
It must be
around the
important
world.
then.
And sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station, and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
This program is paid for by Investors Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show.
You broke it.
Were you sitting there talking again while I'm on the air?
Sorry.
Like, I actually thought he was going to let me get through the intro. But the two of you were playing with Debbie's phone. With Omri's phone.
So Omri
instead
has
of paying attention to the fact that we're on the show.
He has a bunch of women on in bathing suits. He's looking at women in bathing suits while we're on the show. That's what he's looking at.
Women in bathing suits.
So I'm looking.
I have one question for you. Debbie, you saw it. Before I look
they
at
had
it.
Clothes on. Yes.
I want to make sure that they're over 18.
So
yeah,
as long as they're over 18, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
so the situation in Israel, as you know, is complicated. And I'm in an Israeli news site. And when I press something, there was a commercial. I would try to do it again. And the commercial was for DSW.
Omri, the show started 2 minutes ago.
I know.
You mind if I continue starting the show?
She wants to make fun of me. I'm trying to help her.
I'm not trying to make fun of you. We were talking about how
Can I start the show?
Yes, please.
Damn. Man, I gotta have to mute both of them. Holy cow.
No, today's my day.
Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show.
The Larry Steinhouse
I
Show.
said the Larry Steinhouse Show.
It's the Larry
I quit.
Steinhouse Show.
What is
It's now.
The Larry Steinhouse. What is the? It's like realtors and realtor. What is the?
The Larry
What
Steinhouse
is the? The Larry Steinhouse Show.
Larry doesn't know what to do.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
It's the Larry Steinhouse Show,
It's
not the Omri Show or the Debbie Show or the interrupting Omri and Debbie Show. It's the Larry Steinhouse Show.
It is.
But
Go.
we're the ones that make it fun. Come on.
That's true. You do make it fun. I don't know how to respond to that. It's obvious you make it fun. Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. It's my show.
Yes.
Mine. We are broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters.
So you can't even talk. This is why we're talking, because you can't even talk. He's laughing so hard he's coughing. That's how
I know, and because of all the cake.
Because of all the cake. That's right. You shouldn't be eating the cake.
Yeah, of course. Now you gave me the cake, and I can't even. We had birthday cake for Debbie. For you guys who don't know, this is Debbie's birthday, and we had birthday cake for Debbie in the other half of the show.
Yes.
So whatever.
And we are the Larry Steinhouse Show, and we are broadcasting to you live from the Investor Schooling headquarters.
You want me to give you the next line?
Live.
Here, I'm Larry Steinhouse. I'm CEO of Investor Schooling. Do you want to
No,
say?
I can't say that.
You can say he's Larry Steinhouse.
He's Larry Steinhouse, and he's the CEO of Investor School.
He can't talk.
Stop with the cake here.
It's
the cake. Who broadcasts with a cake in the studio?
See, I'm not having any trouble talking at all with the cake. So
I'm having trouble with the cake. The cake is like stuck in my throat, you know?
Is that what it is here?
If you want to have fun as much as we do and also have financial freedom, you need to go to investorschooling.com.
You know, I love that statement you just said. If you want to have as much fun as we are, and you want financial freedom, which is actually this is financial. This is one of the definitions of financial freedom, right?
Exactly. Do whatever you want.
So we come here, and all three of us come here. None of us get paid. In fact, I pay for this, right? So in case you guys don't know, I actually buy this time. All right. And I buy this time, and we have a blast on the radio.
Yes.
Because we're having fun, right?
Yeah, we have fun.
You know, I mean, we all could do other things on a Saturday. And sometimes we have to, sometimes we do, right?
We don't want to. We want to be here.
That's exactly right. Because we have financial freedom to do what we want to do. We can buy time on a radio station, and we can have this much fun in a radio show. It's awesome. And we could talk about finances, and we could talk about Debbie's birthday, and we could talk about Israel. Yes. We talk about anything we want to because we own this. And you know what the really cool part is on Saturdays?
Tell me.
What?
Tell me.
Tell you?
Tell me.
Tell you? Tell you?
Tell you?
You want me to tell you? Oh,
I
the really cool part about this hour, or this 2 hours on Saturday, no one from the radio station listens to us. So no one cares what we say, right? One time I had Senator Mastriano on, and a rumor got back to somebody.
There's a guy on Saturday.
So there was a rumor that got back to somebody. I think it was Greg Stocker, I don't know, who got back to Greg and said, Larry was talking about Mastriano and said something about Dom Giordano and blah, blah, blah. And it was a weird rumor that got back to him. And instead of even listening to the show to see if the rumor was real or not, they yelled at me for it. And I said, what do you think I said? And I said this, and this. And I said, I never said that. I said, Dom Giordano was great. Rich Cioli's great. I love these guys. Why would I ever make fun of them? I just didn't agree with one thing Dom Giordano said, was that McCormick wouldn't win against Mastriano. And I was right, but Mastriano lost governor, so, which is bad. But so it was just a weird thing. So they don't even listen to us, so we can say anything we want. So go ahead, say something in Hebrew that, don't curse, because Glenn won't know how to do it. But say something in Hebrew to all the listeners out there who are listening in Hebrew that would laugh, that wouldn't even know what you said, and nobody else would know what you said.
אני יכול להגיד לכולם שלהיות פה היום ולהיות עצמאי מבחינה כלכלית זה ההחלטה הכי טובה שעשיתי בחיים.
Okay, great. I have no idea what he said.
I don't know either.
I'm hoping it was something good. Mm-hmm. It was?
I think I post something for sale, so I want to see if there are colors.
That's funny.
All right. So now getting back to the intro. On this show, we discover several ways of making more money as we concentrate on real estate investing, stock option trading, the stock market, and how to maximize your retirement funds. And you could call in anytime during the show at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Call us at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. I won't stop. That's 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
All right. And since we're continuing to honor Dr. Deb's birthday, anybody who calls in and wishes Dr. Deb a happy birthday or sings Dr. Deb a happy birthday will get a free copy of my book, Money Hacks. My book, Money Hacks, contains all kinds of great ways to make more money, to fix your credit. Anything that has to do with money is in that book because everything you're thinking about money is wrong. All right. Dr. Deb, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
So
awesome.
We actually, I think, as we are a financial show, we need to talk about what happened with the interest.
Okay.
Because I think many people are concerned right now. First of all, I guess there are the buyers that are more motivated right now to go and apply for a mortgage. And we also have the sellers right now that are thinking, what should I do? Should I sell right now? Is the market going to wake up? Are we expecting another peak? What's going to happen? So how do you see that? Because it's only 0.5%, I get it. But I think we all believe that after we saw the 2.5%, I think 4 years ago, and 3%, we will never see those rates again. And here we get back to 6%, so it's a bit confusing.
Well, 6 is still double 3.
I know. I get it. I know.
You didn't realize that?
I know, but I didn't believe it will go down so fast.
Well, 0.5%? So you guys don't remember this. This is interesting. It was about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, I said the Fed should drop interest rates how much? Do you remember?
No.
I said a point.
A point, yeah.
I said inflation is done. We need to drop interest rates a point before it gets out of hand. All right? Now, they're a little more conservative than I am. And that's the reason why they didn't raise interest rates when they were supposed to 8 years ago. They should have raised interest rates. Because they didn't.
Because inflation
and now
is not
dropping them too slow.
I know, but inflation is not over. I think that's why they are doing it that slowly.
So inflation. So you have to understand that even though we're paying 150% more at the grocery store,
yes,
it's not going to go up again much more. So it's not going to go to 300% of what we were paying 2 years ago.
I get it.
It might go to 180% or 190%.
And it's slow pace. You mean
And
like
it's slow-
10% a year?
Right.
10%
So
a year.
normal. So
Yeah.
what Powell's looking for, he's looking for normal inflation now. He's looking for the normal 2-something% inflation every year, which is normal, and that's what he's looking for. We're there already. He may not understand it, but we're there already. The other thing that no one is paying attention to is the fact that people are being laid off. Now, it's not happening, it's happening in quiet. All these big companies, Microsoft laid off a whole thousands and thousands of people recently.
Really?
Boeing's about to lay off a bunch of people. A bunch of people are getting laid off. The interesting part is because there's so many jobs out there, that these people were making maybe the people at Microsoft were making $200,000 as a manager. Now they're making $125,000, which is really bad for them. But that doesn't affect the unemployment rate. They're not considered unemployed.
Yeah.
They're just making less money.
Yes.
Like we had a caller a while back who talked about his credit cards, and the reason most people are in debt of credit cards right now is because as inflation changed, people started to say, hey, even though I'm making less money and things cost more, I'm not going to change my lifestyle that I'm used to. And guess what they started to use?
Credit cards.
Credit cards, exactly. So I gotta be honest, I'm also guilty of this, but for different, I use credit cards for different things. I use credit cards to buy houses, to build things, but my credit card debt has increased as well, and I'm noticing it. I'm not worried about it because I use my credit card debt for different things than buying furniture and groceries.
How much do you think we see that people get called to their boss's office and said, from now on you will be paid half?
They don't get. That's not what happens.
No, they get laid
They get
off.
fired.
They get
so
fired
it's just
And
like
they are being hired at a different place.
At a different rate,
different place
yeah.
for less money.
Yeah.
So think about this, and Dr. Deb did this a couple of months ago. Think about this: if you have a tenant and they're paying $1,500 a month rent, and they've been paying average $1,500 a month rent for the last 6, 7, 8 years, right?
Yeah.
And little small increases, and then you realize that you could take that apartment now and rent it for $2,500. What would you rather do? Would you rather tell the tenant that's in there now, hey, listen, I'm going to raise your rent to $2,500? Would you rather tell the tenant, I'm not going to renew your lease, and then fix the place up and rent it for $2,500?
If it's a great tenant, I will do small increments.
No. In this example, and I understand what you're saying, but in this example, your two choices are, and I know it's weird because it's so hypothetical that it's difficult, but if you had a $1,500 a month tenant,
yeah,
and you can get $2,500 for this place, and you know
that they have no chance to pay that,
and well, are you going to offer them? Are you going to even offer it to them?
So I didn't. I didn't.
Right, you didn't.
I didn't offer them. I didn't renew the lease.
I don't know. It's a good question. I tell you what's going on. It's not only the rent.
No, but hold on. The reason I want to bring it up because I want to compare that to what's happening in the unemployment world. So now you tell this person, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not renewing your lease because I'm going to renovate the place and get $2,500 for it.
Yeah, correct.
I'll put $10,000 into the place, clean it, new carpets, paint, blah blah blah, fix the cabinets, whatever you have to do, and I'm going to get $2,500. That's a much better deal for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tell them to leave. Now they have to leave and they have to go find some place. Are they going to find a place for $1,500?
Not right now.
No, they probably find a place for $2,000. So that's
Maybe.
what's happening right now. It's the same thing with unemployment. People leaving jobs at $200,000, and they're still making a decent salary of $125,000. And this is hypothetical, remember, because I don't know what they are, and I don't know how much they were making before.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're making less money, and they're paying more money for rent. They're paying more money for groceries, etc. That's what's happening. Now, we're not going to see this. We're not going to see the real. I mean, there's impact, and everybody can feel the impact. But the real impact is going to be in about 3 years from now, where everybody's going to be like, "What do I do?" I think companies like Synchrony Bank, Synchrony Bank, they have all the credit cards for everything now. They have Amazon's credit card. They have Verizon's credit card. They have all these different credit card companies. Synchrony Bank. I think Synchrony Bank is going to be the next bank that fails in about 3 or 4 years.
Because people won't be able to pay their debt. That's what we see happening right now again and
right.
again.
It'll be like a countrywide mortgage thing where every Countrywide had all the mortgages.
Yeah.
And because Countrywide had all mortgages and all the servicing for all the mortgages, they failed. I think Synchrony is going to be the first one. Citibank's going to have trouble because Citibank's also doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones going to have the most trouble, in the next 3 years. Now, they'll both bounce back, I'm sure, but those are the ones that are going to have the most trouble.
Yeah.
And a 0.5% point, to bring it back to where we started this conversation, a 0.5% interest rate is not, it really isn't anything.
Okay.
I mean, we made the joke earlier, when we were talking to the guy with the credit card, we made the joke earlier about, he went from 30% to 29.5% in his credit card. Who cares? Who cares? I did some math. I actually did a YouTube video on this that'll be released, I think, in a day or two. By the way, if anybody wants to go to a YouTube channel, go to the Investor Schooling YouTube channel and sign up there. I've got a whole bunch of classes in there that we've been creating just for YouTube, all free stuff. So go to the Investor Schooling YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Investor Schooling, hit subscribe, and you get a whole bunch of stuff for free. And one of the ones I'm about to release is all about this and the difference between somebody getting a $350,000 mortgage at, I think the difference was 7% and 6.5%. And the difference came to $100. $100 is not going to make the difference in whether somebody's going to buy a house or not.
Agreed.
If somebody can't pay, if the difference of somebody buying a house and not buying a house is $100, they should not be buying the house. So it's not going to make a difference.
Too tight.
Half a percentage point is not going to make a difference.
Okay.
Get it?
I do, and I think there are people that maybe because of this drop believe that now they will be able to buy the house, and maybe they will, but maybe they won't. I don't know. We see that it's more and more difficult. I mean, that's what I experienced.
It's an emotional thing. The Fed dropped the rates 50 basis points for two things. One is Powell is an extreme Democrat
before the election,
and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's make Kamala Ding Dong look good."
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't even know how anybody can make Kamala Ding Dong look good. She's a pretty woman, and she looks good on camera, but she's a complete moron.
Pretty?
I was about to say
anything for me, but
whatever,
I
she's
mean,
not that bad. But
then again, I don't play in that lane.
She's not that bad. But the funny part, I saw that the debate. I swear, she looked whiter than Trump, which I thought was hysterical. All right, we actually have a caller. What's up, Gene?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
All right, man.
All right. Listen, not to change the subject, but let's change the subject anyway. Would you be able to talk a little bit about putting a property or a house in trust?
Sure, absolutely.
And I'm thinking about it, and I would love to hear a little more detail, and then I can go forward without making mistakes,
Okay, there's a whole bunch of things here to think about, first of all. So first of all, how old are you?
Older than you.
Okay, that's okay.
But
Is this your primary residence, or is it an investment property?
Yeah, it is.
It's your primary residence?
And
Okay.
I forgot to say happy birthday, Deb.
There you go. I wasn't going to let you off the hook. I wasn't going to give you the book. So make sure you stay online afterwards because you get the book.
I almost blew it.
I know, exactly.
Thank
All
you.
right. So here's the
All
deal
right.
with trust. So if it's your primary residence, it's not as important, okay? It's important if you have an investment property. Is very important. And let me give you the two scenarios.
Okay.
So the big thing, one of the biggest reasons to put property in a trust is so that the property doesn't have to be sold if you go into a nursing home and you want to get Medicaid. So I tell this to people all the time, right? And there's two sides to me, and I'm completely. Have I transitioned, or what's the word I want to use, or am I bipolar? I don't know which one I want to use.
You're bipolar.
Okay, I'm bipolar. I am a multimillionaire, but I don't own anything, so I qualify for Medicaid. And that's pretty wild. So, like, I could literally go into a nursing home tomorrow, and not one of my assets would be touched. Nothing. My wife keeps every single asset. My son gets everything. If the two of us die, so nothing changes because of the way I've structured myself. In fact, I own nothing. I don't even own my primary residence, which is pretty wild. And the reason I did that, and how I did it, I should say, is because I bought everything in trusts. Now, the thing with Medicaid is if you took your house right now, the house that you live in right now, are you married?
Yes.
Okay, so your wife would not. So here's the one thing about Medicaid, and the one thing about if you went into a nursing home, or if she went into a nursing home, not if both, but if either one of you went to a nursing home, the government is not going to say, hey, you have to give up the primary resident for the other one, because in order to qualify for Medicaid, you could still. It's not a problem.
5 years.
If she's living there and he goes to a nursing home, they don't count the primary resident as an asset because she's living there, because they don't want to disturb her domicile. That's how it works, which is great. I actually think it's great.
Even if it's during the 5 years?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She's still there.
But wait, it's not a trust. He owns it. They own it together. Okay, I'm assuming the deed's in both your name, right? Right, Gene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's what happens. He goes into a nursing home. She gets to live there for the rest of her life. If he's in a nursing home and they don't have enough money to pay for the nursing home and they go on Medicaid, Medicaid will pay for it. No problem. Okay? I mean, I'm hoping you have some other resources, but assuming that's it, that's fine.
But if she moves...
Well, if she sells it, they may take a piece of it and they take it towards the nursing home, or whatever the situation may be. But more importantly, just know that if you're married, your spouse doesn't get kicked out of the house so you can go to the nursing home. That doesn't happen. That's the government is actually soft now and then, and that's where they were soft. But if you had an investment property and you were collecting rent on that investment property, the government would say, hey, that you got to take that rent and you got to pay your nursing home with that rent, and if it's not enough, you got to sell that home in order to and then you pay us all the money you sold. Let's say you got $200,000 for it. You give them all the money, and they'll cover $200,000 of your nursing home until Medicaid kicks in. So that's a mistake. That's why any investment property that you ever own has to be not in your name, either in an LLC or a trust. I prefer trust because I don't have to register with the government. I don't have to register my trust with the government. Now, the other thing, too, is you want to make sure that each trust is individual. So each property is in an individual trust. So 123 Main Street is in 123 Main Street Trust. 456 Smith Street is in 456 Smith Street Trust. They're separate trusts. Okay, now the beneficiary could be you, the beneficiary could be your wife, the beneficiary could be your kids, or the beneficiary could be an LLC. I set mine up as an LLC. In fact, I only own 10% of my LLC, which is kind of interesting. And the reason I do that is because it limits the liability of the properties. So I always say, look, I'm out there all the time doing all kinds of stuff like this, right? I'm out there all the time. So if something happens and somebody decides they want to sue me because he's rich, we're going to sue him. Well, I own nothing. And if they want to get a piece of the company that owns nothing anyway, by the way, they can only get 10% of it. So that's a nice piece. But as the managing member, I control the company. So I get all the benefits, I do all that. Now, have you spoken to an estate planning attorney about putting stuff into a trust?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm just getting started.
You don't need to. Because unless you
I
have...
didn't think so, but
yeah.
I had to ask you.
Yeah, if there's a bunch of other things that you're trying to do, you might want to get something called a living trust, which is basically a family trust or a living trust, basically the same thing. But do you have a whole lot of other assets or not?
I have a few things, some collector cars, and
Well, I want your
a little
cars.
bit of money here and there.
You know what I just bought? I just picked
Say
up
that again?
I want your cars. I just picked up a 59 Jaguar Mark 9.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
I'm still waiting for a ride in that,
I know. I got to get it back though first.
I'm still waiting to hear about an Alante that was notoriously
Oh, I got the Alante
driven up
too.
from
I got the Alante.
It's called the Alante.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing funnier than a road trip with me and Omri.
In okie-dokies that don't explode.
God, I'm sorry, Gene.
So, I was going to ask you, that one has a V8, right? The Alante?
Yeah, I have the North Star engine.
North Star.
I have the first year,
Yeah.
well, the only one with the North Star engine. So, but anyway, getting back to so your collector cars, are they in your name?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a mistake. So now you might want to look. Here's where it comes down. I mean, what's your car collection worth?
I'm just getting it redone, actually. I would say probably about maybe 80,000.
Okay, so it's not terrible yet. But what you could do is you could put the cars all the cars into a trust, or you could actually get an LLC and sell. It depends on if it's a real LLC. If you have any kind of business at all.
Wait,
and you put the cars into the LLC.
So if you put the car on a trust, right, because it's from him and he's going to be the trust beneficiary, I believe so.
Well, he doesn't have to be the beneficiary. He can make the beneficiary his estate, or he can make the beneficiary his kids, or anybody he wants to leave them to.
But should he pay tax?
He's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay.
He will pay the transfer tax. Really?
Sales tax.
Sales tax, the 6%.
Yeah, right. So I have one of my companies right now. I'm closing one of my companies down, and it owns a car, and I have to sell that car to another one of my companies. To get the car out of the company name, I have to pay. Pay sales tax on the amount of money that the fair market value of the car.
Wow.
So that it could be a couple of bucks, depending on your collection and how important it is to you and how important it is to your kids. Afterwards, you might want to decide that you might want to get an LLC for your car collection, or put it in your current LLC, or you might want to put it in a trust. Now, look, fair market value for your car is kind of subjective, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in this market.
I mean, if you have let's say you have a 1990 Mustang, right, or something like that, right?
I have a 91 Mustang.
See that? So what's a 91 Mustang worth?
I have a 65 Mustang.
Well, that's worth. I want that one. So what's a 91 Mustang worth? Is it a GT?
Which one?
The 91.
91?
Yeah.
It's an LX. It's a museum piece.
Okay.
It has about 14,000 miles on it.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So if you were to sell one that was in average condition, that was not, I'm going to give you a concept, because I don't want anybody to think that, that this is bad advice. And of course, check with your accountant, check with your attorney. But the fair market value for a 91 Mustang might be $5,000, right? So maybe you sell it to yourself for $5,000. You sell it to your LLC for $5,000. If you
$5,000 would be a deposit.
No. See, this is the part that you're missing, right? If you were selling it to me, you would sell. You're right, but can you justify the price of a 91 Mustang at $5,000? Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. Again, I would double check with your accountant on this one, but you have to decide what the fair market value for a 91 Mustang is. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Is much of this information in your book?
So a lot of it is. And, of course, you can always come to Investor Schooling, and you can learn a lot more. Go to investorschooling.com, and you can sign up for class. Where are you? You're in Philly?
Yeah.
You're not far from us. Come see us on Thursday night.
Well, I'd love to, but I have to work on Thursday night, and I'm kind of tight for time. And I listened to the show for years, and it's great. You got 2 hours.
You said you're older than me. Why aren't you retired yet?
You can't retire when you do what I do.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Well, I do stuff nobody else does, and people won't let me stop. So I have to say, okay, I'll keep making money, and it's not bad, and I love what I do. So
now I'm more intrigued to know, what do you do? You are kind of an artist. I want to know, what do you do?
Oh, well, I'm in the pro audio business, recording and equipment that makes recordings and.
You want to come see us. You want to come see our setup. We're actually we're in a studio that I built right now. I built this studio down in our basement. Actually, it's 2 doors down now. We sold this building, but I still rent the studio back. But I built this studio.
Yeah.
You'd love to see the studio that I built, and you would be very impressed by it.
And also come see the class.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the class is pretty wild.
Well, I have to make all these decisions, but I thought I'd start with maybe throwing that question out.
Sure.
And then if I get the book, I might be able to prepare and then come to the class and ask some questions after I read the book.
That'd be awesome.
And come up with something that's more substantive instead of wasting people's time.
First of all, nobody ever wastes my time. I love talking to people. Anybody I can help, I help. The only people who waste my time are Democrats trying to tell me how important abortion is over every other concept out there. Those are the only people who waste my time. Everybody else doesn't waste my time.
Ugh. This election is scary. It's really scary.
Well, there's
all of us.
So anyway, this Thursday, Omri and I are going to be doing a special class.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing
tell everybody about the special class you're going to be doing.
So Omri and I are going to be doing a special class about.
All right. Well, we'll let Gene go. So Glenn can take his number.
Okay.
All right, and then go ahead, Deb. Tell us about the class we're going to be doing.
So this Thursday, Omri and I are going to be doing an ad hoc where we're going to be sitting out in front of the class and we're going to be talking about, what are some of the questions that you ask when you're going to see property, right? Omri, you're on board with that, right? We're going to do that.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, because we always talk about how we want to help people, and it's not always necessarily about buying a property, but solving a problem. So we want to talk a little bit about that and some of the things that we're going to. Some of the questions that we ask, and what are the questions we ask when we're going through the property, what are we looking for, how we come up with some calculations for what would be a best thing to offer, so those kinds of things. So it's going to be like an ad hoc class where it'll be engaging because the students can, or whoever's in the room can ask us questions and we can answer.
It'll be like a panel.
Yeah, almost like a panel.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, sometimes panels are great because if you ask the right question, it triggers an incredible conversation.
Yeah.
So if you want to see a special class this Thursday, go to investorschooling.com. And you're going to see two of the worst landlords I've ever met in my entire life.
Shut up.
Talking about. All right, I'm only teasing.
Shut up. I hate that. Okay.
We're going to see two of the best landlords.
No, we're not.
Oh,
sorry, it was tough for me to say.
Listen, from mistakes come the best things.
Absolutely.
From mistakes, if you know how to learn from your mistake, you are the smartest than any other school.
My parents made a mistake. Almost 61 years ago, and look what came out.
We are paying for that till this day.
Every day we're paying for that.
Hold on one second. Let's bring Melvin on. Let's bring Melvin on before we go to a commercial. What's going on?
It's Melvin the King.
Melvin the King. What's happening, Melvin?
Hello, you listening to me?
We're talking to you, Melvin the King.
To me, Larry.
That's us, man.
Larry, do you have me? Listen. I got one thing to say. First of all, Miss Debbie, you cute little thing, you. God bless you. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. You totally
welcome.
made me smile.
The next thing is I love this station. I love all the people on this station. I want to talk to them.
Wait, but who's the best one?
Larry.
Who's the best?
Tell you the truth.
You're supposed to say Larry Steinhouse, Melvin.
No, I can't. I couldn't do that. People would accuse me of things. No, I got to be honest with you. I love being like how we stick together as people. Let me explain this. First of all, Dom Giordano is one of my favorites.
He's definitely great,
but he doesn't get it through his head that if he doesn't want to be called Don, he ought to change his theme song from that screaming schmuck stuff to a good Italian song like Dom 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 Do Dom Do Doobie Do.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if this works. Let me see if I still have this, because this is you will actually find this hysterical. Oh, I don't know if I have it still. Wait. Oh, I don't know if I have it. I actually had one of my guys who was a musician actually do a take on that was really funny, and I don't think I have it anymore. I think I actually. Oh, I deleted it, or I don't have it anymore. Oh well, but you got the idea. You're right. Larry, it should be Dom Dom Don.
He should be listening to you. Instead of Greg Stocker, you should be in charge. I'm telling you now.
Well,
okay?
that's what you need to do. You need to call Dom, right? And you need to call Dom. You need to call Greg Stocker and tell Greg Stocker to put me on the morning show, and we'll do the morning show every morning, and we'll have so much more fun.
Oh, well, I would gladly do that, but can you record my number?
Well, yeah, I actually have your number already, but yeah, you're going to get it because you.
Very good. If you could get somebody, I don't know what they did. I actually got a T-shirt from Walter Kosk, and he suddenly disappeared. I don't know what happened.
Wait, I found this cut. Wait, you know what? I found it. Hold on, Melvin. Listen to this. I swear, this is what somebody made for me.
Dun dum 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 da doobity dun dum 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 dun da doobity dum 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 da doobity dum.
So if you listen carefully, it says Don and Dom because everybody keeps calling him Don and Dom.
That's why.
Right.
That would be confusing. You don't want to confuse it. If you listen to what I'm trying to tell you, It's dum dum dum.
I know what it is.
Doobie.
I know what it is, but this guy made this because everybody confuses it.
Right, but listen, what I'm trying to explain
you're putting Omri to sleep, Melvin.
Who?
You're putting Omri to sleep.
I don't. Okay, I'm not trying to put anybody to sleep. I'm trying to get through. The other thing I called about is the phrases you said that are not cuss words, but that people don't know what they mean.
You mean like this one?
Jewish phrases.
And this one?
No.
Oh. Which ones?
The Jewish.
He said?
I'm going to give you. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, but be careful what you say because because you got to remember that Glenn doesn't speak Hebrew. So if you curse in Hebrew, we could be thrown off the air because he didn't know to beep it.
This is no cussing. There's no cussing in this.
All right.
Listen closely. The phrase is "Zos wachsen wie et Zibble mit sein Kopf drehen und sein Fies in Ruf."
It's German.
That's German.
That means you should. That means it's Yiddish.
Oh, it's Yiddish?
This wasn't Yiddish.
Yes, and it means you should grow like an onion with your head in the ground and your feet in the air.
What?
Okay.
I'm not sure that's a good thing to say.
Those are
It's
wise
a terrible
words.
thing to say. That's what makes it so good. I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm Irish, but the people who have always been best to me in my life have been Jewish. I learned that as a kid, and many a time I told somebody that, and Jewish people go, "Oh my God, where did you hear that?" Anyway.
So this has become a cultural
I just
show
want-
because we started with Hebrew. We started with English and we went to Hebrew. Then we went to German. Now we're back to English. This is a very multicultural show today.
I know, but wait, okay, listen. This is a call for anybody black. Oh no, wait. That was the first part. And we need somebody black to call in just so we can, be fair.
Round it out.
Check all the boxes.
So if you're black, please call the show. What's the phone number?
That's 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
So my question is, if Kamala Harris calls, does that count?
No, because she's Indian / black.
But
or
wait.
black / Indian, whatever she is.
But if Elon Musk called, he does count as African American.
That's why I personally said black, not African American.
Okay.
Because hey, Melvin, what do you think of this? Right? I think calling a black person African American is extremely racist. What do you think?
I think if they want to be called a little blue tooth fairy with a feather.
No. If they want to be called African American,
and that's coming from Melvin the King.
Let me explain something. Hold on. If somebody says to me, "Hi, I'm African American," I'm fine. I have no problem with that because that means they're from Africa and they're now an American. Just like Omri will become an Israeli American. I have no problem with that. And that's okay. He can call himself an American, but if I see somebody black walking down the street and I say he's African American, that's racist. You know why?
You're right.
Because I don't know where they came from.
Right. The rich guy from South Africa is an African American.
Elon Musk.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah.
And his skin is very white. So
There you
if
go.
if you call him. If you don't call him an African American, you're insulting him.
But he is an African American.
I know, that's the point.
It's not even descriptive.
Exactly.
Okay? So
All right.
I just want to end with saying, please ask somebody to get back to me, and remember, it's good to be the king.
Well, don't go anywhere because Glenn's going to take your number, and we're going to send you out a book. All right.
Very good.
And this is for you. And with that silliness, Glenn, why don't you take us to a commercial?
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Do you know when the best time to buy
clear.
investment
That's
properties
Paul, no?
It's now.
I'm going to have another caller for you in a
Paul.
moment,
You just
okay?
need to learn
What's
how
that?
to buy them correctly.
We're going to have
Go
another caller for you in a moment.
All right. Hey, Glenn. I think it was.
Learn how to buy
It was.
investment
I think it
properties
was.
and make money every time. That's right. That's what we teach.
I'm
We
done.
teach how to buy investment
happened?
properties and
Oh,
make money
so I was going to
every
say
time.
that. I don't
Go
know
to
if it was this round or last round, but
RSVP
we got
right now
Omri
in
saying the
class
phone
this
number
Thursday
like
night
5 or
at
6
7
times. You
o'clock.
might want to pull that
Yes,
one for when he's gone.
yes, I caught that.
Okay.
Yes, thank
This
you.
is Larry
Sure.
Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Are you ready for retirement?
Larry,
Have
one
you
other
got
thing.
everything
Yeah.
you need? Well, Investor School.
So I've got a game coming up at 3. Is there any chance you could do hard out, completely out at 59 minutes instead of 59:30?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can adjust my brain to that, but I'll try.
To do what?
I'll start playing the music. If you're cool with it, I'll start playing the music at 58.
We're getting cut off 30 seconds early.
Go to investorschooling.com.
So I need to be out 59 instead of 59 and a half.
It just gives us a little more leeway because that thing takes over automatically. At 3.
I don't care. That's okay. I got
Glenn, you are
listen, at investorschooling.com, we're going to teach you ways to
All
prepare
right.
for the
Hang
recession.
on, I'm going to have another caller for you tomorrow.
All right, I got it.
We're going to teach you strategies on how to use real estate. We're going to teach you strategies how to use the stock market properly. That's right. You can even make money in the stock market when the stock market goes down. Hey, go to investorschooling.com and register for a free class this Thursday night, and you will learn all of these techniques. Go to investorschooling.com right now. RSVP for this Thursday. We'll see you there. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Don't go through life ignorant about how to become a millionaire. Learn how to invest in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, and learn.
It always makes me laugh that people online don't realize that we know that they can hear us.
We only provide education, and we will teach you how to leverage real estate, how to leverage the stock market,
Diego
and how to leverage
and
precious
Anita.
metals to make more money than you've ever made before.
She's like, you know, we can hear you. I'm like, yeah, I know,
Investorschooling.com
but
and
thank
take
you
a
for letting
complimentary class this
That's
Thursday.
what makes it fun. What makes it fun is they can hear us.
Investorschooling.com.
And they can hear that there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
This program is paid for by
Thank
Investor
you for the
Schooling.
cake, by the way. It was very sweet.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with the birthday girl, Dr. Deb Anderson. Woo!
Woo! Steak dinner tonight, baby. Woo!
Woo! And if you call in, Omri, give the phone number.
That's 855. What is it?
Somebody clapping.
That's 855-939.
There's applause for Deb's birthday.
1137. They interrupted me, so I'll do it again. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Please call us.
And if you call us and you wish Dr. Deb a happy birthday,
they get a book.
I'm gonna give you a free copy of my book, Money Hacks. You will definitely enjoy that book. It's all kinds of stuff that we talk about in Investor Schooling. It's probably a 50-foot overview of what we talk about in Investor Schooling. You will learn a lot.
Yeah.
It's funny, I always wanted to write a good book, and I love it when people come into the class like, I read your book and it's great. I read your book and it's great. I read your book and it's great. And it's actually humbling when people say it. I know it's like, I get excited when I do things good, but to me, I find that just so humbling that people come in and say that the book.
There is one mistake on the book, though.
Only one?
Yeah, there is one mistake.
Only
on that.
one.
Do you know what the mistake is?
It says in the intro, the first two words repeat themselves. Oh no, the biggest mistake. I know what the biggest mistake.
The biggest mistake of the whole
I know
book.
the biggest mistake was, and I don't know how this happened. It drives me nuts that I did not acknowledge Dr. Deb in the book.
You did not.
And I'm
acknowledge me
so
at all.
upset about that too. Because the really weird part was when I got the book, I handed Deb the book. I said, "Hey, look, I acknowledged you," and she goes, "My name's not in here." And I'm like, "What?" And it was so bizarre that it was not in there, and I don't know why. And I acknowledged people I didn't even care about. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I did care about everybody I acknowledged in the book.
Yeah, but you didn't
people
acknowledge me at
people
all.
I know that people don't even exist in my life anymore. They acknowledge in the book,
And I'm
you
still
are
here.
so important. So I'm going to have to say to all the people who get the book,
There will be a V2 of the book?
Don't see Omri. I didn't know you then, but don't see Dr.
You
Deb
did know me then.
I barely knew you though. I barely knew you. But the people who don't see Dr. Deb acknowledged in the book, it's because Dr. Deb is so important that she doesn't belong acknowledged.
Get out. Yeah, that doesn't work.
That didn't work? I
That
tried.
didn't
No,
work.
I know.
I tried.
It was a good try.
I
That
tried.
doesn't work.
I tried. All right, where were we? We were talking about something, and I can't
I
remember.
don't know. Let's. I like the idea of Melvin the King. I wanted to have something better than Omri the Immigrant.
No, but Omri the Immigrant fits you so well.
And you, Debbie the Doctor.
It's not Debbie the Doctor. Everybody just calls me Dr. Deb. That's all. There's no Debbie the Doctor. And
Nobody ever said Debbie the Doctor.
Yeah,
Dr.
and then
Deb.
that's totally an investor schooling thing, because before I even came here, and I think even before you knew I was a doctor, everybody just called me Deb. And then once everybody realized I was a doctor, then they started all calling me Dr.
And
Deb.
it's not related to your license plate at all.
Yeah, but I mean, it's on my license.
Wait, let me see if I got this straight. Let me see if I got this straight, Omri. Do you think she got the plate that said Dr. Deb before she became a doctor,
Ooh,
or after?
It's a good question.
You really think you need to ask that question, huh?
I
mean, actually, it would be a great if she did, but that'd be great. Okay.
No, but I never introduced myself as, hey, I'm Dr. Deb, or hey,
Yes, you do.
Well, now I do that. I'm with the school, but like I don't go into a hotel and like log in and say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Anderson."
You should.
I know everybody tells
Why
me
not?
that.
You should absolutely.
I know. I'm working on that. I'm working.
No,
on
you
that
should
part.
be proud of what you've done.
Of course, I'm proud of what I've done, but it's not like
I walk into stores now and I say, "I'm the Larry Steinhouse."
You're the Larry Steinhouse.
In fact, I'm the only Larry Steinhouse.
I am the Larry
I'm gonna
Steinhouse.
tell you. So, like, you remember when you were a kid, you were really subconscious about your name.
Yeah.
Right. I was really subconscious about the name Larry. And then Three's Company comes out. You remember Three's Company?
Oh,
and they have the character Larry. I'm like, oh, great. now I even feel more self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
And then a name like Steinhouse. Could you imagine some of the things I was called? You know, like by the bullies. You know, it would be like ST something else house. You're right. So it was. You know, do I have to say it?
Clearly, because I don't know what you're talking about.
It would be like house and
Oh.
right.
Okay, got it.
So the name Larry Steinhouse. I hated it as a kid, and then I
Okay.
grew up and I realized what a great name.
Okay.
If you do a Google search on Larry Steinhouse, there's only one in the planet, and that's pretty cool.
So I have to. I'm going to jump in here, and I'll tell you why. So because I by the time I got married, I already had my master's, and where I worked at a pharma company, and I was really pretty established there because I was there for a number of years, and then I decided, I got married, and I changed my name. Clearly, I changed my name to Anderson. But before that, my maiden name, I was the only one. And so my maiden name is Juralnik. And any Juralnik.
Nobody can spell that.
Shut up. And then any Juralnik, it was.
I'm so glad you got married. I mean, imagine we have. And here's Dr. Deb.
Yeah, it sounds like a video game.
You would have figured it out, but you would have known it just as well as you know Anderson now. But I mean, the whole
Anderson is an easy name to say.
I know, but it's such a common name. You know what I mean? Like now, like where I was working at that pharma company, there was two other Debbie Andersons, and we identified each other by our middle name because one was Deborah K, and then I was Deborah I, and then I forget what the other one was, and then when I went to register, you know how you register once you get engaged, there was like a million other Debbie Andersons, and I'm like, oh my God, this was such a mistake. I should have kept my maiden name, and everybody who has my maiden name, I'm related to. Like, seriously. Like, even somebody that I've never met before, we did the family tree, and it turns out the guy was related to us.
That's
you know what I mean?
cool.
So it was just, like, I love my husband, don't get me wrong, but the whole Anderson name, I'm like, I'm done with it.
So I think we have somebody else who wants to wish you happy birthday.
He's on the phone right now.
Let's go to Mark.
I thought it was him.
What's up,
I'm like,
Mark?
oh, man, I'm in so much trouble.
What's up, Mark?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just start by singing happy birthday to Debbie.
Go for it.
Please do.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Deb. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Mark. So,
considering your colleagues wouldn't sing it, but I'll let that go.
They did. They sang the first hour.
No, yeah. We sang the first hour.
Yeah, they sang the first hour, but thank you.
We messed it up.
They even got a cake for me. They're so
Yeah.
sweet, you know.
We've been eating cake the whole show.
Yeah, we've been eating cake the whole show.
And that's
So-
why that's why they have to roll us out of here afterwards.
That's why you guys are acting crazy. You're all sugared up.
We are
Oh, yeah.
sugared up.
No,
We're
no.
totally
Definitely
sugared up.
Completely
definitely
not.
sugared
This
up.
is regular. We're crazy every week.
No, but I
definitely
think
sugared
we're
up.
more sugared up today than usual.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever called your show, but I do listen to you. Question, and I know it's just an overview. How does one buy a property with no credit?
Okay. So the only time you need credit, it's an interesting question. The only time you need credit is if you use an institution called a bank. Any other time, you don't need credit.
Right.
So I buy properties using private money. And private money is the greatest way to buy properties in so many different ways. Is the greatest way to buy properties. And I will tell you that the reason I buy properties, using other people's money is for two reasons. One is it's so much easier. It's so much easier. I know I'm trying to fix the camera, but that's why. But it's so
as
much
long as
easier.
It's on me. That's the important thing.
I know. I'll answer this question. Forget about me being on camera. Omri's on camera. Debbie's on camera. My camera just broke. So I'm being as vain as I am, Mark. I had to interrupt your answer.
Larry's here
to try to fix the camera, but they're telling me no. It's more important that I answer your question. So I'll answer your question. So I use some.
Larry Steinhouse.
I don't use banks. I use private money. And basically what we can do, and it's a great way to buy properties, is let's say Debbie had an IRA, and her IRA had $500,000 in it, and she was making a typical return of somewhere between 5 and 6%. And Omri wants to buy a property, and the property's worth maybe it's worth $600,000, and he wants to borrow $500,000 from Deb to buy this property. So he buys his property. We move her money. She moves her money into a self-directed IRA, and now she can now lend that money to Omri, and Omri can pay her a different kind of interest rate. Maybe it's 8%, which is more money than she was making before, and it's guaranteed and backed by the real estate. So if it's done properly, and we teach you how to do it properly, if it's done properly with a mortgage and a promissory note and with something called a confession of judgment, what the confession of judgment basically says is that if Omri misses 3 payments, Debbie can take the property from him, which is awesome because there's no foreclosure, there's nothing you have to worry about, and it will make sure that Omri pays the payment, and Debbie will be safe by lending him the money. So I go to private lenders. I go to people who have money, and I say, listen, I got a real estate deal. This is what the property's worth. This is how much I want to borrow from you. This is what I'm going to do with the property. And most of the time, people say yes. They just say, yeah, it makes sense to me. I'll do it. Again, a lot of times I talk to people about doing this instead of putting money into a annuity, which I hate annuities. If you heard my show before, I hate annuities because annuities don't pay a whole lot, and this will pay a whole lot more than annuity and do so much better than annuity. So if Omri is going to lend money to Deb, does he care or he need to know Deb's credit score?
True. Very true.
Right?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I care about is the value of the property.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I've often said that even if you're lending money to an amateur real estate investor, it doesn't matter. Your money's still safe as long as the value of the property is more than what you're borrowing. Lending, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what you're lending. Got it?
Right.
You want to learn how to do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a really cool place you can learn how to do it. It's called investor schooling. So go to.
He's laughing, but that's true.
Your website.
Well, RSVP right now. I'm going to see it come through on my phone. As soon as you RSVP, I'm going to get a message that says you RSVP'd. So RSVP right now. In fact, you know what? Are you going to come Thursday?
What? Yes.
All right. So if you're going to come Thursday, I'm not going to have Glenn take your number, because when you come in, you're going to say hello to Deb, and you can say, hey, Deb, I'm Mark from the other day. I sang you happy birthday, and Deb's going to hand you a book. How's that?
And I'll probably give you a hug just for singing me happy birthday.
There you go.
Thanks.
All right. So then
all right. So
go ahead.
You're in Langhorne, right?
Yeah, we're in Langhorne. Right. And we will see you on Thursday, and Dr. Deb will hand you a book and give you a hug. And let me tell you something. The hug from Dr. Deb is worth a lot more than the book. But don't ask for a hug from Omri because it's not, it gets a little weird, you know?
I will give you a hug anyway, if you want it or not.
He definitely will. He there's no doubt. Okay. Anyway.
What's your...
the dog
Hey,
wants a
Larry,
hug.
what's your address?
So you'll get it online. It's 108 Corporate Drive East in Langhorne. 108 Corporate Drive East in Langhorne. But, Mark, I got to run to the next caller, so thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Let's go to Taylor. What's going on, Taylor?
Hey, Larry, how are you?
I am great. What's happening? What exciting stuff do you have going on?
Oh, goodness, nothing all too exciting. But no, actually, Deb called the other day, and I didn't realize your birthday was coming up. Deb, I wanted to give a quick call in here before the show ends and wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Taylor, are you a student already?
No, sir.
What are you waiting for?
No, I came out to... well, I've just actually working to get some things settled as far as relocating out of the communist state of New Jersey.
Oh, okay, good. Excellent. Yeah. Well, you come to Pennsylvania. It's a little bit better, than New Jersey, but if you want to go to this place, it's called America, with this Constitution, you go to Florida.
There you go.
Or vote for my friend. If you're in New Jersey, vote for my friend Bill Spadia. He'll definitely help. He'll help the state out a lot.
You were moving right to one of the Carolinas, right, Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I remember you. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so you spoke to him. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right, excellent.
absolutely.
You have any quick questions? We have about a minute if you have a quick question.
No, I don't. Y'all are just having way too much fun. And goodness, I haven't laughed so much listening to the radio in quite a while.
I know it's amazing, right? Most radio shows are so boring.
Yeah.
And we have fun.
That is true.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your call. So, do you have a book already?
No, sir.
All right. So hold on. Glenn's going to take your address, and we're gonna mail you one.
Oh, I appreciate that. I was going to order one on Amazon, but
let's give you the free one that we offer because you said happy birthday to Deb. That's all that matters. You get a free book.
It's all about me today.
That's right.
You know what?
I was going to give Deb $1,000 as a birthday present. Hold on, Taylor. I was going to give Deb $1,000 as a birthday present, and she said, "No, I'd rather you give out your book to people calling in and wishing me happy birthday."
Hey, you want to come out to dinner with us tonight, Larry?
Great.
I tell you, that she's a generous person, isn't she?
Yeah, there you go.
That's sweet of her.
All right, thanks, Taylor. Glenn's going to take your info.
All right, y'all have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you,
Happy
Taylor.
birthday.
Thanks, Taylor.
All right, what else we got going on? We got about a minute or so, guys. What's on your mind, Omri? In a minute.
I can sing another happy birthday to Debbie.
You can, go ahead.
Happy birthday.
You're not gonna do it in Hebrew?
I can do it in Hebrew. Ayom yom uledet, ayom yom uledet, ayom yom uledet leDebbie.
Thank you, Omri.
Sure.
I think he was doing the sexy voice, man. I thought it was like the male Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, well, I always heard the tune Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. I know that tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the same one as English.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, you guys are welcome to come out to dinner with us. We're going to Del Fresco's tonight. I can't wait.
Where is Del Fresco's?
It's in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get my
anybody
tomahawk.
Out there,
I'm very afraid
So anybody
to go
out
to
there who
Philly.
wants to meet Dr. Deb
Yeah, come out
and
to
buy
dinner
Dr. Deb and her husband dinner,
yeah,
just go to Del Fresco's tonight. Which one? In King of Prussia or
No, in Philly.
In Philly.
In Philly.
Oh, you're going to go to Philly?
Yeah, I'm going to get my tomahawk steak for like $130. Oh my God, I
I
can't
love
wait.
The tomahawk steak is fantastic.
Oh, so good. I cannot wait. So I'm going with my kids too.
Yeah,
actually.
you know my place. My place is Capitol Grill.
I know, but I like Del Fresco's.
I know.
better.
I get it.
I like Del Fresco's.
All
better,
right.
but-
I want to thank all the callers for calling in today. You guys were awesome. We had some really great callers. Everybody wishing Dr. Deb happy birthday.
Ken just wished me a happy birthday.
What are you doing to that microphone?
The microphone interfered with me.
Okay. Anyway, I don't have time to talk about what he's doing with the microphone, but it's
Thank
pretty
you, Ken.
disgusting. So if you guys want to take a complimentary class, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. I want to thank the sweet Glenn Page for being a great producer today.
Yes.
And I want to thank you all for listening, and I'm so proud and so happy that you guys listen. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
Bye-bye.